Why is your poker calling range important? Have you ever wondered why your poker calling range matters so much? Understanding your calling range is essential for shaping your overall strategy and decision-making at the table. Your calling range defines the hands you are willing to call with in different situations. This impacts how opponents view your play and can influence their actions against you. In poker, a calling range is the set of hands you consider strong enough to call a bet instead of folding or raising. Instead of focusing on specific hands, thinking in terms of ranges allows you to anticipate what your opponents might hold. This is important because poker is a game of incomplete information. Guessing exact hands is less effective than considering the entire range of plausible hands your opponent might have. A well-constructed calling range is important for several reasons. First, it helps you avoid being exploited. If your calling range is too narrow or weak, opponents can take advantage of you by bluffing more often or betting thinner against you. A balanced calling range includes a mix of strong hands, medium-strength hands, and some speculative hands. This makes it harder for opponents to predict your actions. Second, your calling range interacts with the community cards on the board. Some boards favor certain ranges over others. By understanding your calling range, you can evaluate whether your range has an advantage or disadvantage on a specific board texture. This knowledge informs your decisions about calling, raising, or folding. Third, your calling range sets the stage for post-flop play. Knowing your calling range helps you plan how to continue on later streets. This includes deciding whether to call, bet, or fold based on how your range connects with the board. It also helps you interpret your opponent's range and adjust your strategy accordingly. Fourth, balancing your strategy is key. To avoid being predictable, your calling range should include hands that can win at showdown, hands that can improve, and some hands that have potential for bluffing or semi-bluffing later. This balance prevents opponents from easily reading you and exploiting your tendencies. Lastly, thinking about your opponent's calling ranges can help you narrow down what hands they might have based on their actions. This helps you make better decisions about betting, raising, or folding. Mastering your calling range involves continually assigning ranges to yourself and your opponents. Adjust these ranges based on position, player tendencies, bet sizing, and board texture. For example, players in early positions generally have tighter calling ranges, while those in late positions may call with a wider variety of hands. As the hand progresses, you can narrow or expand these ranges based on betting patterns and community cards. Your poker calling range is a key component of strategic play. It influences how you respond to bets, plan your post-flop actions, and balance your overall game to avoid being exploited. Thinking in terms of ranges rather than specific hands leads to more consistent and profitable decisions at the poker table.